Hi Angels, and today I have a video for you guys, and this is the first video in my university halls room, and this might not be the location that I use all the time, but it's just the location I'm using for now because I can't find a more interesting background. And yeah, so this is the first video here, and I haven't filmed a video for like 3 weeks, so I'm a bit out of practice. But this is going to be the books I'm studying this year. So it's my year 1, semester 1 reading list. And these are the books I'm going to be reading until Christmas. And I'm not going to do them in order because I'm just going to pick them up. But you can see them. And yeah. So the first one I've got is one I'm currently reading, and that is Twelfth Night by William Shakespeare. This is the Art and Shakespeare edition, so it has the translations at the bottom, which is brilliant because I would not understand Shakespeare if it wasn't for the translation. This is about a girl who gets shipwrecked and pretends to be a boy in order to like get a job on the island that she's shipwrecked on, and yeah, it's one of Shakespeare's comedies, and I'm excited to be studying it, but I've not got that far into it. I am 216 pages into it, so that's not too bad, but it's still not that far. Next, I have this for my creative writing course, and it is Ovid's Metamorphoses. I've already read the poems that I was supposed to read. I was a little bit annoyed because I had to read like 5 poems of this, and I bought the whole book, and it was expensive. And yeah, so I was a bit annoyed, but the poems I did read was really good. I'd recommend this to anybody who's read Percy Jackson and is very interested in the stories of Percy Jackson, because they're all in here, and the ones I read were very similar. Like, it was really interesting to find out where the stories originated from. Next is the one I'm currently studying, and that is Behind the Scenes at the Museum by Kate Atkinson. This is for English Lit again. It's about a girl called Ruby Lennox who is revealing her life as well as the lives of past generations of women in her family. It's very interesting. I've had my first lecture on it today, and I really enjoyed it, although I haven't finished it yet. I'm only halfway through because I just didn't get time to finish it before the lecture, but I have to finish it for the seminar tomorrow, so I will finish it. Next is a short story collection, and that is 10th of December by George Saunders. I don't know anything about this. It's for my English degree, I think. Maybe for creative writing, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know a lot about it at all, but I'm excited to find out about it, I guess. Next is a textbook that we had to buy, and that is Literature, Criticism and Theory, 4th edition by Andrew Bennett and Nicholas Royal. There's not a lot to say about this. It's just a literary theory book. Next is a collection of sonnets, and that is 101 sonnets, edited by Don Pattison. I'm not a big sonnet lover. I just don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but I'm excited. It's for my creative writing course, which I assume means I'm going to be trying to write some sonnets because of this, and it scares me just a little bit, but I'm excited to get onto it. Next, I have one that I'm incredibly excited about, and that is Room by Anna Donoghue. This is a best-selling novel. Like, it's quite recent, I think. I heard a lot of people talk about it on BookTube a lot, and that's why I'm excited to read it, I guess, because I've heard stuff about it, whereas a lot of these I've not heard a single thing about it. This is narrated by a 4-year-old boy who has lived his entire life in one room and thinks that the 4 walls are the only world he'll ever know apart from the world that he sees on his TV screen. And then his mom reveals to him that he's just been in one room his entire life, and that's not what the world exists of. So yeah. Next is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I've read parts of this for GCSE and I didn't really love it, but I read parts of it and didn't read the whole thing, so I'm excited to try and read the whole thing. So I really like this edition too. I got a really crap edition when I studied at GCSE. Next is The Importance of Being Earnest and Other Plays. I only have to read The Importance of Being Earnest, and I think I might be going to see it at the theatre, but I'm not sure. But it's got Lady Windermere's fan, Solemn, A Woman of No Importance, An Ideal Husband, and The Importance of Being Earnest. But I've heard a lot about him being really funny, so I wanted to read this anyway, so I'm glad it was on my course. Next is one I've read already, and that is Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen, and oh my god, I fell in love with this. I nearly did a review of it, but then I just didn't. I've don't know why, a hectic moving to university, but it was really great. I fell in love with it almost instantly, and I just loved it so much. And yeah, I'm so glad I had to study this, because it's my first Austen, and I will definitely be reading more Austen in the years to come, because I really enjoyed this. Next is Metamorphosis by Frank Kafka, and this is one of the last books we study, but it's one of the ones that interests me the most. It's about a guy who gets turned into a cockroach, I think. But I'm excited to read it anyway. This one I'm a bit nervous about reading, because somebody in my class read it and was telling us a very weird passage of it, and that is Top Girls by Carol Churchill. It's a play, it's very short, I don't know what it's about, but I'm a bit nervous because apparently it's a bit weird. And last but not least is another one I'm sort of excited about, and that is Never Let Me Go by Kazuo Ishiguro. And this is for my creative writing degree. I love the film of this. I just love the film of this, so I'm so excited to read the book. I'm sad that I've watched the movie first, because now I know the ending and I know what the story is about, but that might help me to read it better for studying rather than like for enjoyment. So yeah, that was my semester 1 reading list, and I will keep you updated if it's something you're interested in. I might do a like semester update on what I thought of all of the books briefly, but they'll also be featured in my wrap-ups. I've not read a lot for September, because obviously I've spent most of September settling into here and have not read anything except for like the books I had to study. So it's been difficult, but I'm gonna try and get into a schedule of making videos as well as writing and studying, and also reading, because this channel would be nothing without me reading. So I'm gonna try, and I will see you next time, hopefully in a more interesting location. Goodbye!